Alright, so obviously this is spawn. We're never going to be here on defense. So we don't really need a name for it. I mean that we will never be this far forward on defense. They're calling this comms because it says comm tower on it. Kind of like trailer. Don't really care. We're not going to use it very much. So I don't think it really matters. So comms or trailer, whichever we're more comfortable with. This is coast. Obvious reason is obvious. Up here is short.
This is short?
Yeah. Yep. This is the bridge. This is the tower. Over here is long. I'm on the globe. I'm on top of the globe. This whole area is globe. This is the rooftop. This is the overlook.
Which one is rooftop? Right below us?
On rooftop. I'm on overlook. I'm on perch. Perch. Oh god, so many jumps needed. I'm on overlook. And this is connector.
So rooftop,
I'm sorry.
overlook,
That's a lot of names for such a small area there.
and well, because all these are actually like quite significant.
Yeah, they are. Especially when you're calling to your Widowmaker, where their Widowmaker is, things like that. This whole area is rooftop. So to be clear, this is not connector. This is rooftop. This is connector. And it's connector all the way through to the bottom into the pit. This is called the pit.
Why would we just call it tunnel?
Pit is one syllable.
What about to the right of pit? That side room that Symmetra sometimes puts teleporters in to help that.
Is a phenomenal question and appears to be omitted from these callouts. Storage. We don't have a storage yet. So we do now. This is mid. This is mainframe.
Server room.
Server room, mainframe, cavern. I'm okay with any of those three names. Whichever one sticks, we're just gonna narrow
I like
it down.
cave, like Anubis, Temple of Anubis.
Right. Alright, so this is called glass. Glass leads to the catwalk. And glass is above the closet. And this is, of course, the point. All right. This is called long. And this is called short. There's top long, top short, bottom long, bottom.
This one is short, and this one is long.
Backwards. I'm standing on short right now.
Why is
Yeah,
this
this
one
way
short?
involves more walking.
Yeah, this way because you're S-ing around you got to do the S-bend around everything. I personally don't like it. I spawn from over here. My default way, if I'm not paying any attention and just trying to run and not
Yeah, it feels like
assuming
this
there's
one would be
enemies,
short.
this feels like short to me.
Well,
I'm-
I guess from an attacker point of view, if you're being if you're coming through this door, this is one hell of a run, right? Because I can assault you from any
I'm
point
going to
here.
propose throwing out this long and short altogether, and we just go with left door and right door. Top left,
that works for
bottom
me.
right.
I like that.
It's always respective to where we're looking. It's
Yeah, I
not
like that.
staged. Okay. So we have mid, obviously, is just the main way. Okay, this is confusing because it says catwalk access. This is not access. This has no name. We're calling this staircase. They're calling this access.
Oh yeah, this is definitely an access point.
And
I
bridge.
really agree. Like, I think this is right. Yep, pass or bridge, and obviously shuttle.
Shuttle.
I'm now standing on perch. Okay, and that makes sense to me because it's not a bridge. It doesn't go to anywhere else. It's just a perch. But this is a bridge, so that makes sense. Let's see. This pile of shit is the fence. I want everybody to know, Reinhardt can do this. Everybody can do this. On defense, when we're holding in here, I would love to see our Reinhardt making it up here.
Okay. Wait,
So
on defense?
Yep.
Yeah,
Holding up the shield and letting us shoot down. This is another great high ground spot. Let's talk routes. I don't think there's too much variance in routes at the beginning, so we're not going to worry about that before we get too far. Most of our attacks, obviously, we're going to do the initial one where we push the point. After we get underneath the bridge, though, most of our attacks, I want them to come up here. Come fight from the high ground. Get your Widow a good spot. You can hold the shield here, do whatever. Gives him more control over these perch and overlook, and makes it so that way he's less likely to be attacked when he goes up there. So I think it's very important that we take the high ground here. Very seldom.
Do you want Schism up here?
Yes. I want the whole team to come this way. This is only once we've cleared the pit. So when the payload is, over here, are we coming? Because they're going to give us this whole way. So we're not really going to be interfered with until about here.
Oh
Usually.
yeah, I could wall run right onto the payload.
Yeah. So I think that we definitely want that to be our default approach after the initial push. Other routes are going through cave. Okay,
I've seen some teams also post up over here. Reinhardt just put his shield here.
Yeah, if defenses are holding here, then we're gonna take the cave route and we're gonna come in through here to attack them. Obviously, it'll depend if they got a Junkrat in here. That's a really dangerous spot to be being
I was
attacked by a
saying for
Junkrat.
defense.
Yeah. If defenses are holding here, that's how we'll attack them.
Cool.
A lot of times, like our strategy, we might have problems with Widowmakers up here, Soldier 76s sitting up here. These can all be problems. We might come in through cave, through glass, and attack this way. Okay, and come out up here, everybody, Reinhardt included. Be ready for that, and just there's not a whole lot to know about it. It's just that we might do it. So if you call for that, don't be surprised. We also might come out here too. It depends. We'll do this for things like Bastion, hanging out in the closet, things like that. We also might take connector. Yes. We also might take the connector up. Who knows? But for the most part, just come through. Now, this is one of the worst choke points in the game, this double door. Okay? I hate it. This security door. It's one of my favorite things to defend in the game, and it's one of my least favorite things to attack. The best way to attack it, and what I want to be our default, and I'm not even 100% sure when you come out of spawn what the hell the fastest way is to get there, but if you come out of here, it's probably just right up here. I want to attack from this top right door. I want the Reinhardt to walk us through into the access room. and we come out and we fight from here. Reinhardt can hold his ground. It all depends. This is how we'll break this room. Even if the payload's way the hell back here, I still want to do it. It doesn't do us any good to come flying out of these doors, getting picked off by everybody. I want to get behind them, get a fight we can win at a place that's not the worst choke point in the game.
Yeah.
And I think this is the best way to do it. Not really too many other approaches possible here, other than just coordinating which door we come out of. There's no point in going across like this as a team and coming out because you're not gaining anything. You're just stuck.
Yeah, but honestly, like what the one you said is probably like the best one because it provides you the best cover while being able to move into the main choke point, which is right here under past this bridge.
And it gives a great place to escape to with a 250 health pack, everything about it. I love it.
Yeah.
So that's going to be what we do when we're having trouble.
And Shuttle has a health pack too.
Yeah, and it doesn't even have to be the default attack. The default attack will probably be coming out of this door here, the right door on the bottom. And this area here, they call it turbine.
What do you want that attack route that you just showed us to be called?
Access.
So you say like,
Just
we'll
want
do,
to
like an
attack.
access push?
Yeah, push the access, or attack the access. Do what we mean.
Where do you want us to group up for that?
Basically to group up,
Up here.
everybody's got to get up top, so get yourself in glass and then probably group up there. Because if you push forward, there's going to be a Widowmaker might see it, and if they see 3 people do it, they'll know. I don't want them to know anything until our whole 6 is walking. So, Kuno on Widow or something like that might push out to snipe, but that's not going to give away our team's position. It's just going to risk him, and really a sniper is always going to be putting himself in some amount of risk by going off on his own. But, so yeah, group up in glass, and then we'll move through access for that.
Yeah, let's get a good pushing point.
Otherwise, basement, straightforward, both sides. This is stack, this stack of boxes here that I can't jump on to save my life. Technically we can call this forklift, but really this is platform. This room back here is called boiler room. Boiler.
Why is this called a boiler room?
They thought it looked like a boiler room. Is as close as I can get. There's a lot of air ducts in here. Vent, we can call it vent. I'm totally fine with that.
Vents, I like vents.
Yeah, we'll call this vents. There's just a million of them in here. This seems to work.
Yeah.
Vent room or
Yep.
vents.
This leads out to the pipeline. This is the pipeline. Okay. And below us is storage. So this room down here is storage. I guess we just call this behind the stack. And of course, points. Alright. When you head out here, there's coast, which is not very often used.
What is this room over here?
Storage.
Okay.
And we have the coast. Again, this is pipeline. This spawn room is we can call it briefing because apparently it's the briefing room, but they just call it loop. This is the alley. This is the rooftop. This is the fence. I'm in the chamber now.
Chamber.
Chamber.
Then we got
Why
some
is it,
other
why is it
perk.
called chamber?
Because it's just a big empty chamber, I'm guessing. There's nothing descriptive at all in here.
Yeah.
And there's already a closet. It's right here.
Interesting. closet's called fuel storage, but that's okay.
Well, they're calling this whole room, this whole building here, fuel.
Oh, okay.
And yeah, we're gonna call that perch, though I've truthfully never even seen it before, Dark. Never seen anybody else. This can be a perch.
I didn't even know you could stand up here.
I didn't either.
Neither did I until I started accidentally jumping on it.
So right till you had infinite cooldowns and could do whatever the heck you wanted.
Yeah. This actually kind of been quite insightful exploring of
Yeah.
a lot of these maps. I've never
This is why I
actually
wanted to
taken
do this a
time
while
to do
back
this.
with the group so that we could talk about certain areas and strategies.
Yeah,
and
I wish
stuff.
Schism was here. Honestly,
Well, we'll have it
really
recorded,
helpful for
so.
the tank.
Yeah, that I'm super glad Gal is recording this because we don't have to redo this. We can have him watch it and he can bring up specific things we didn't mention or what have you, and we'll give him the chance to take us onto the maps and show us.
I'm gonna try to just record each one individually per map so that he doesn't have to watch like a 6-hour video on fucking all the different maps at once.
This is Connector. Okay. This over here is Cubby. We got a lot of Cubbies. They're calling this Launch. It says Launch Gantry. I guess there's a big shuttle on top of it. Totally makes sense. Let's see. Do we have
What's
another
up with
picture?
this shuttle? Overwatch has a space shuttle?
I don't know. At least people at Gibraltar
You
do.
can stand up on top of here too.
What I think this should be stage over here, guys. It's a raised, elevated platform. So it doesn't have a name, so let's call this stage. It's a popular place for turrets, so I definitely want to call out.
Or what about we call it platform?
I'm okay with platform. It's just an extra syllable, so I can.
How about deck? Just since we're all throwing different names out for it.
I like deck, honestly.
I was being sarcastic.
I'm totally fine with it. Well, to teach you a lesson about your sarcasm, we're calling it a sarcastic call out. This is now deck. Way to go, Gala. It's all your fault. Yeah, that's it for Gibraltar, and that is the last map that we have callouts for.
Now we should put them in practice because I have forgotten about 40% of them already.
Yes,
Yeah.
and we're going to have the nice videos, so we can feel free to watch those at our leisure. I, however, will never do that because they're narrated by me. They need to die in a fire.
You don't like your own voice?
I think it's a matter of like
Hate
us
it.
starting to use the callouts, and then eventually like somebody will be like, "Wait, what is perch again?" And we'll be like,
I think-
"This one, motherfucker," and
I think-
we'll learn it.
I think you have a beautiful voice, Death. It's like a scientific thing to like hate your own voice.
It is. Yeah, that's why I don't worry about it. I don't think I actually have a bad voice. I just don't want to hear it myself personally. I think it's mostly the thing is just like I don't want to think I sound like that. I don't think I sound like that when I talk. So I don't.
Well,
I,
you
know,
hear yourself differently, right? You're hearing yourself from the inside of